What's up, everyone? Pongroomproductions here, back at it again with another movie review, and we just saw Hunger Games. It's been out for a few days. We're pretty quick onto this one, finally, and we're going to talk about it. I say we just talk about the entire thing, just let it rip.
Go for it.
Okay, so right out the gate on a scale of 1 to 10, I'm going to give this movie a 6. I'm not the biggest Hunger Games fan. With the first ones, the first series, I dropped out after like the third movie. I think they made 4, possibly more, but this is kind of like their reboot, and it was okay. It was
Not a reboot, a prequel.
Prequel, but rehashing of an old,
I guess.
a reimagining of.
It's the story of Snow.
Yeah, but. Didn't really care, honestly.
Okay, go ahead.
That's the
Gave
theme.
it a 6. You're giving it a 6.
Yeah, that's the theme of the week. Is I didn't care.
Yeah.
The movie had a lot of awkward singing in it. Let's be real. There was
I
some.
agree. The singing was a little
much.
And the way the characters in the film were like really relating to the song, it was like not really moving me. But
it'd be like, we're about to die. I don't want to hear this.
and and look, Rachel Ziegler. Yeah. I mean, she's a very good actress, great singer too.
Yeah,
if that's her voice.
That
and
was her
everything.
singing.
That was her
Like,
singing.
You can
Yeah,
tell.
she's got a lot of talent. But yeah, the songs didn't grab me.
Yeah, and they made her sing at least 3 or 4 separate times.
At least.
Not just once.
A lot of singing.
Not even twice, but 3 or 4 times.
Mm-hmm.
It was annoying.
It got a little...
A little too much. A little too much cheesy.
Too much cheese.
Yeah,
cheesy.
As for all the, like I called it it's a multi-layered onion in terms of the plot. You know what I mean?
Onions.
A lot of onion in that, a lot of layers. It's
a 3-part movie, sort of. I mean, yeah, it is. It actually has title screens. This is part 2, part 3.
Yeah, they could have ended. It felt like the movie was a little confused. It wanted to be like the Hunger Games with the whole spectacle of the murdering and the killing each other, but then it turned into like a romance side story to give, I guess, the Snow character some baggage and why he is the way he is. But I just didn't care. At the same time, I wanted it to be more, let's see the battle. You know what I mean? Why is the world like this? They just got thrown in. It's the 10th Hunger Games, not the first, not the third.
Yeah, I thought it would be the first one.
Yeah.
I thought it would be the first one. But
And
I guess that's where they went with it.
It was just established.
There must have been a book. I'm sure there was a prequel book.
Yeah, they didn't really even give much lore as to like what the war was or why. Apparently the people had like a rebellion, and it was, of course.
You'd have to read the book, I guess, if you want a lot of lore.
I'm not going to do that.
Not going to do that. Yeah.
But let me just go into what I thought the multi-layered.
Well, tell us what you think of the movie. You don't have to explain it. I mean, just tell us what you think.
It's just imagine Hunger Games with prequel-esque new actors and actresses, and it was just elite versus poor, us versus them.
Sure.
Rebels versus the Republic or whatever, and the Order.
The Capital.
The Capital.
Capital, yeah.
It was just the haves and have-nots. It was does your environment create who you become? That whole social science aspect to, like, are you a part of your environment, or are you like based off of your decisions? Because you still have the choice, but then they were thrown into an arena where they had to kill.
Survival versus morality and all this stuff.
Survival of the fittest, that also, and everything is all the pleasantries of life and a civilized society go right out the window when it's time for war. And
so you're giving it a 6.
I give it a 6. It was messy, is why I give it a 6.
Now, are we doing half points, or do we do away with half points?
You can give it a half point.
I'm going to give it a 6.5.
Okay,
almost a 7. Because I thought the special effects were good. I thought the story was interesting. The acting was great. Great actors.
By the way,
I gotta say, there's something I gotta point out.
I said those snakes were going to look like crap.
I thought they looked great.
Those snakes looked terrible.
You weren't convinced. I was thoroughly convinced. I was like, those are snakes. Those are snakes rolling around her. I mean, I knew they weren't, but it looked good to me. I
to
was,
me.
yeah, it looked good visually. Wow, you are
yeah.
really discerning with
No.
Hey, can we talk about the
Go ahead.
Down syndrome girl in the one of the? And
There-
she was like what, 10 or 11?
She was young, and
Man, that really
that's
pushed the line for me.
That's
That
inclusion.
was like, wow.
That's inclusion.
It's effed up beyond all recognition.
Yeah.
It made me feel a lot of certain ways seeing
Yeah,
that. I mean,
it's
that's
alarming.
evil as hell.
And
yeah.
she totally dies.
Yeah,
and the
she
whole.
I mean, at least she wasn't killed by one of the people. That would have been really
yeah,
brutal.
yeah.
That would have been brutal. Oh my god!
I saw her and I was like, they're not gonna kill her. She's gonna make it to
I
the
felt-
very end.
No,
And
no, she didn't. You're wrong.
The snakes got
She
her.
got eaten by
the
snakes, yeah.
the crappy CGI snakes, by the way. And then the
I
one
thought they
guy.
looked good. I disagree with that.
Let's also just give the guy who they called the Reaper. He was supposed to be this big baddie, and it was clear he was going to be a threat in there. And it's just he just totally went out. The snakes got him too. It was like,
Wait, the Reaper? Which one was that?
that was like his nickname.
the guy with the eye? Or
No, he gathered up all the bodies and put the flag.
his name was the Reaper.
Pretty sure his nickname was the Reaper. Yeah,
Huh. I missed
you
that.
had to have caught that. But
Too much. There's a lot of people. In
it
this
was
movie,
just
yeah.
like, okay, that's going to be a hard one-on-one. You know, that's going to be a pretty hard thing to win. And then the snakes got him, and it's just like a throwaway. Why build the team? Why have the little factions in the Hunger Games? Why have her do this and all that? If you're going to drop a bomb of snakes that just kill everyone, that's actually like becoming something in the actual reality of like the hierarchy of like who's going to survive and die.
Well, the rationale in the movie was that it was punishment because there was some rebel, thing happened and it killed someone in the Capitol, and so there was gonna be no winner of the Hunger Games. They're all gonna be eliminated.
Yeah, which is like,
but then
a whole thing like
Snow,
everything is fixed. They choose who they want to win. This, that, and the third.
So it's a 2.5-hour movie, so we can't get into every detail that would take 2.5 hours.
By the way, we have to say, just because your movie is long does not mean it's going to be good.
Right.
So if you think it's 3 hours, it's going to be great. No, it's not.
No.
Like, seriously, people, bring it back down to 90 minutes. That'd be nice. 100 minutes if you can. Something's got to change.
Did Snow and I forgot the character's name. What was her name again? You just said it a minute ago.
I have Cagnus. Lucy Gray.
Lucy Gray and Snow. They had chemistry, I think.
They had chemistry, sure.
Yeah, there was good casting between the two of them.
But they shouted Lucy Gray 50
Lucy
times.
Gray, Lucy
Just
Gray.
call her Lucy by her first name.
I mean, look, everyone has weird names in the Hunger Games.
Yeah, there were a lot of weird names.
High Bottom and everything.
Do you want to talk about the main villain, I guess?
Well, at first it's like, is it Peter Dinklage or is it Viola Davis?
It was definitely
Viola Davis. Yeah. You don't even see who the president is. Yeah. They don't even show them. It's Viola Davis.
And she's like this kooky mad scientist.
Yeah.
She's always wearing red. She's got one eye. She loves snakes.
It's neither one. It's not that it's one eye. It's that thing. I forget what it's called.
Glass eye.
No. Where one eye is a different color than the other one. There's a name for it. I can't remember it. But
she was
the
creator.
She was weird.
Yeah. Now. She was pretty good. She plays a good bad person.
She's got a lot of
they could have
gravitas.
They should have dove into that. Like I said, this movie was confused. It had to act like the Hunger Games because of its title. Then it wanted to introduce new characters, but it's fine. It's fine. It's coming back. It's just the headphones. Let it play out. But and then it dove into this crazy love story. The third part for me, when they were in the woods and there was like some pretty cool shots with the fog and the trees, that could have been a whole movie of its own, where it could have been the paranoia between, like, they have dirt on each other outweighs the love they have for each other, because like that's just who they are on the inside. They're a paranoid person versus you're a trusting person. They could have went off with that, but that was another theme in the movie, you know what I mean?
Well, I mean, they did go off on it for a bit. I mean, it wasn't like, did you want to be like another 2-hour movie from that side?
But it just seemed like the movie didn't know what it wanted to be.
It was. I mean, look, it was like 3 different parts of the movie, and there were chapters, or that's the way they put it. But long movie, man. I remember when it was like, okay, part 3, and I'm like, yeah, here we go.
Yeah,
oh my god, it felt long. It felt like 4 hours.
It did. I was fighting the urge to not fall asleep. I was nodding.
You were
off.
nodding off.
I was nodding off.
That's like me and Napoleon.
Yeah, I had to like come to like 2 or 3 times. Like, all right. Yeah, it was one of those.
Start snoring.
Yeah, I think
bump you.
I bumped out for like 30 seconds, and I came
funny.
to.
That's not high
good.
praise. Not high
good.
praise. Yeah.
Rewatchability. Oh man. I'm gonna give it a 5. I get if someone wanted to watch it because they never seen it, or someone said let's watch all the Hunger Games, I'd be like, and this was part of it.
Okay.
I'm big on the rewatching to like build up
Sure.
to the. For example, just watched all the Spider-Men.
Yeah.
From Tobey Maguire's to what's the second guy, Andrew Garfield, to Tom Holland's, all the way up to No Way Home. Boom! Like that is just a masterpiece of interwoven storytelling.
Great.
But these movies can we just come up with something original, please? Can we just do a new take on the Hunger Games? Let's do it 100 years after What's Her Face. Because then it's all new people anyway. Because everyone dies. You can't live to be over 100. You know.
It's a character study, or like how did Snow become Snow? And at the very end, it's like I'm evil now. That was a little cheesy.
And then did you catch that he was wearing like red suits, like his one lady, like
the red, that whole thing.
Yeah, it was just.
And Peter Dinklage, spoiler alert, turns out to be not such a bad guy.
Not so bad.
And he got killed by
poison.
Snow.
It was that rat poison.
The rat poison. Yeah.
It's just like he should have stayed. They could have dove into that, but now he's dead. So if they want to go on with the movie,
he's dead.
You're not even going to be able to get answers.
No more. Well, he kind of gave up his whole I
was drunk one night. Yeah, one night.
He was against. He created the Hunger Games and he was against it, and now he's dead.
Let's rag on that for first of all, lazy writing. At the very end of the movie, he's like, "Yeah, I was just drunk one night, spitballing ideas about world peace." And then your father just took this one and ran with it. Yep. Next thing you know, we're killing kids in this arena. Like, come on, that's the whole. That's the premise of the movie.
It was a practical joke that got out of hand.
Yeah, and once I heard that line, I was like, all right, this movie it was going up like it was like all right, 6.5. All right, it's a 7.
Really? Are you telling me it got to a 7 in your head?
Yeah, we're down.
When did it get to a 7? Tell me that.
When you couldn't tell if you trusted Lucy Gray, and she was like, you can get rid of the guns, but I'm the last loose end, and then he started getting paranoid, and then all that, and then it's like,
right.
But then
they didn't trust each other in the end.
Yeah, it's like, oh man, love is fake too, all that stuff. It's like, come on, he cared. And the whole like, oh, I gotta pay for my family, but then I gotta also save this chick and fall in love. But oh wait, my family, we were rich once, and then I gotta get them. They're getting evicted. I don't know what to do. It's like, can't you just get a job?
Get a job.
God,
it's the Hunger Games, man. Everyone's broke. What I mean? Come on, what are you talking about? Everyone's broke, dude. Get a job.
Get a job.
Get a job.
I know he was in the.
Get a better job.
Well, he was in the military, and it was like a punishment for whatever.
Yeah.
I don't know. The movie just it was a miss.
And also, it should be remarked that he looks remarkably like Eminem when he has his head shaved. And
he did look pretty good.
I'm looking at it like, there's Eminem.
Eminem is going to find this and diss us.
Eminem, yeah.
He's going to... Eminem is the king of finding
Eminem has got a thing in Fortnite coming up.
Really?
He's doing like a live event in Fortnite.
Interesting.
I think it's him. Yeah, that's what I heard about it.
I'd have to look into that.
Yeah.
I might re-download Fortnite for that.
You might have to. You got to get into it, yeah.
For the king of rap.
When I'll try the king of rap, yeah.
But, all right. Would you recommend this movie for someone to go see it? We got to go rewatchability
for me. I'll give it a 6.
6. Yeah. I was at a 5.
5.
I don't recommend it, but if you like the Hunger Games,
it's not a bad movie. I'm thinking to myself, it's not a bad movie. There's a lot to commend.
It had high production value.
It was going for it was trying to be original and different. I think
a little bit,
I mean, as much as it could be in the parameters of the Hunger Games universe.
We got to address the fact that the actress who played
Lucy.
Yeah, she did that interview, and she was like, "Oh, trying to say, in Snow White coming up, which is her next big movie,
Yeah,
that she's not going to be like this damsel in distress." Yet this whole movie, she was practically a damsel.
She was
in distress.
very damsel in distress.
You know what I mean? And I was just
well. She did take some initiative with the rat poison.
Yeah, but then she killed an innocent little girl with it. And
hey,
then,
shit happens.
Shit happens. Yeah, exactly. So
she didn't want that to happen.
They're both murderers. She
look, that lady was on their way out.
If
that
she
girl was on their way out.
That's the thing. If she just would have hid in that vent the whole time, she probably would have just not killed nobody and gotten out clean.
Maybe. Well,
you know what I mean?
I don't know. They were poking at her.
Yeah,
Remember the poking though?
But yeah, that's the thing though. It's like if she would have never done the poison.
Man, I'm just thinking back to that Down syndrome girl. That was messed up. That was messed up.
Hey,
that grabbed me.
Yeah,
I was like a little bit like, wow.
Yeah, and she got.
Yeah, they killed her. Yeah,
but
it was probably the best way to do it. If you're gonna kill her, at least it was. You didn't see it really happen.
It
wasn't.
That's going to be talked about.
They didn't linger on it.
That's going to be talked about a lot,
man. It was
like, hey, did you catch this? And
if you didn't catch it, the capital is evil. Hunger Games are evil. Yeah,
they don't care what's going on.
Man, they don't care about special needs or anything.
Throw you in that dungeon. for the have
you got
peace,
no chance
for the peace of the world.
Wow.
Yeah, it was rough.
Hunger Games. There it is.
It was I gave it. It's a
6.5.
6. I give it a 6.
If someone wanted to argue with me that it's a 7, I would listen. I would listen to that.
Wrong.
I'm saying 6.5. 6.5.
Comment down below if you saw it. What was your favorite kill of the Hunger Games?
Kill.
What did you think?
What was your favorite kill?
My favorite kill, there wasn't one. They all sucked.
I'm on board with the snakes.
They were very boring.
The snakes grabbed me.
This movie wanted to be something it was not, and it didn't have the guts to go for it.
When you saw the snakes slithering in the box, and the one girl puts her hand in,
didn't like it.
That didn't make you go like, ooh,
nope,
nothing. You felt nothing.
Nothing.
You were just, this is CGI nonsense.
What was the best kill? I guess the best kill. I'm trying to think. I guess the best kill was when they hung his best friend and he was like screaming for his mom.
Screaming for his mom. He screamed for his mom.
Yeah, and then the birds were just repeating it in the tree. That was pretty dark. That got pretty dark.
That's pretty dark. Yeah.
Wow. But that's about it. But
another layer of evil.
Another one. But still,
a lot of intrigue.
Still not. It
didn't do it for you.
Yeah, I'm not that. I'm not gonna go see it again. Or
I'm not gonna see it again either.
Even if they come out with another one, I'm not gonna be like, I gotta go see that one.
No. I was never a huge fan of the Hunger Games. I like Jennifer Lawrence, but meh.
Yeah. Meh. All right, guys, that's it. Comment down below. Don't forget to like and subscribe. We're trying to break 100 subscribers. That'd be pretty nice. You know what I mean? All right, see ya.